All right, you and I are about to witness pure betrayal, captured live on surveillance cameras. Real pain, total heartbreak, the devastating fallout of a lover's absolute treachery. This story goes out to the loyal ones, serving justice to those fake hearts, hoping they finally wake up and find some honor. Coming up on this insane episode of Cheaters. Wait, is this the girl he is marrying? You want to fight? Let's go right now. They dragged him into this mess. He is completely done. Tired of this absolute garbage. High-stakes reality television. Brought to you by the elite private eyes at Cheaters Detective Agency. Enter Peter Pinky. You are officially watching Cheaters. Thanks for joining this totally explosive episode. It is absolute madness. Meet Mondo Brown. A solid guy just trying to figure out why his girl is acting so shady. Doubting her loyalty, our main guy Mondo calls up Cheaters for some gritty, deep-cover detective work. His absolute favorite thing about Armani. Honestly, he claims it is her smile. That look completely disarms him, especially when she really starts gazing right into his eyes. They just instantly click together. It hits him every single time. Back in the beginning chapters, it was pure fire. She literally could not keep her hands off him. Serious, intense passion. They were hooking up every single week. Total honeymoon phase energy. They barely even went out. Always rushing straight back home together. Always wanting to ditch early just to be completely alone together. The romantic chemistry was totally off the charts. But now, total desert. A massive dry spell. They have not been intimate in over a month, and honestly, this is right during the COVID-19 lockdown, a time when couples are supposed to be fully trapped inside together. Everyone is locked down at home, passing the time, getting closer and closer, hooking up non-stop. But she is running the streets, definitely doing something much more suspicious. Enter Armani Reese, age 32, a receptionist suspected of booking her free time with completely different men. Orders received. Our elite surveillance squad locks down their position right outside her job, staking out the workplace. Right on cue, agents spot the suspect Armani Reese walking out with her official guy, our main man Mondo Brown. One fast hug, then she dips. The Cheaters' stealth team secretly tails their target straight to a music studio. Armani enters the booth, probably getting ready to drop some absolute fire. The final breaking point for Mondo. The moment he realized he was completely done with Armani and her lies. It happened while borrowing her car. He drove Armani's ride, decided to be sweet and clean it out. He popped the trunk and suddenly spotted a massive, highly suspicious box. A fresh shoe box for a size 13 foot. Our guy Mondo only wears a 9. So who on earth do those giant shoes belong to? Honestly, she is incredibly lucky he returned that vehicle in one solid piece. You see exactly what he means. And that is exactly why he called. He demands to know the actual truth. You and I will find out. Unleashing pure, chaotic truth right onto humanity. Reese steps out, walking hand in hand with some random guy. All right. You and I are watching our suspect forget Mando completely. Taking some wild liberties with loyalty right here. Kissing and holding her new man. After crossing every line, Reese drives off. Our private investigators quietly tail her straight back to the barbershop. She walks right back to finish work. If I found out Armani was cheating on me honestly, I would be totally devastated. We put so much into this relationship. We built a life. I have everything at stake, and it is not just that we work together. It goes way deeper than that. This is the woman I plan to spend the rest of my life with. I just feel confused. Like, this is the girl that I truly love. The one I want to spend every single day of my life with. I do not understand why she would lie. If I found out Armani was actually cheating on me behind my back, then it is completely over. I could never forgive her for that. Mando tips us off that the suspect plans to visit her mother later today. Our team holds their ground waiting for the real drama. Suddenly, the suspect steps out of the barbershop, and leaves the area completely. Investigators track Reese a few miles down the road straight to a local hotel. Stepping out of her car, Reese looks thrilled to finally see her side piece, Wesley Mitchell. Wasting absolutely no time, these two skip the small talk and rush inside to get busy. Hours later, she reappears and drives to her mom's house, wrapping up today's stakeout session. The next day, agents watch Reese's house. After waiting outside for hours, our undercover crew finally spots Reese sneaking out of her front door. She jumps into her SUV and speeds away. Following a quick chase, Reese pulls right up to her secret lover's music studio. Mitchell is already waiting outside, rushing over to greet his favorite stolen prize. They get a little too close by her car, then decide they need total privacy for this. They head inside to make some noise. Hours later, Reese walks out with a bounce in her step and a very guilty smile. As she leaves, our guys follow her back home. We have secured more than enough proof of betrayal. We officially shut down the field work and head back to headquarters to process all this footage. Stay with me. Confrontation time. Zero doubts remain about Armani cheating now. We call up Mondo to drop the absolute hammer on her lies, refusing to let her play him for a fool. Mondo gathers his courage to face the ugly truth. You reached out to us and we put our best investigators on the job. And honestly, we found some things. We ran a little surveillance out there. We have some wild video footage that you are definitely going to want to see. Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah, let us do this. Let's dive into this madness. There's our guy and his girl. Just a normal day. She leaves him with a sweet little goodbye hug. But this is where it gets messy. She pulls up to this sketchy area over here. Our guy knows this spot well. The local recording studio. Except she doesn't go inside the studio. She sneaks next door. A few minutes later, pops out with him. Our MC recognizes him instantly. That's Wesley, holding her hand like she's his girl now. A quick goodbye kiss. Just absolutely brutal to watch. Our guy is reeling, just trying to stay calm. He's barely holding it together. I mean, that's his own friend putting hands on his girl. Anyway, the footage continues. She walks back inside like nothing happened. Probably kissed him right after. The very next day, she's driving. She arrives at this hotel. They even tapped her phone. Here is exactly what went down. He makes the call. She finally answers. What's up? Where are you? She claims she's at her mom's house right now. Says she just had to drop by and check on her, just making sure she's okay. He completely buys it. Right. Perfect lie. He tells her to call when she finishes. He'll see her later. She says she'll be there all night, but promises to call if she leaves early. Wow. They exchange I love yous. Just pure betrayal. You and I know that's not love. She's walking into a hotel with Wesley. Our guy is totally shattered. Enduring a literal global pandemic. She could bring back the worst viruses. Double whammy. Now look, she's walking out, limping a little bit. Not trying to suggest anything, but we all know what that limp means. He was planning to marry this girl. He poured his entire soul into this doomed relationship. All that time and money wasted. This hurts. He is completely stunned. Can't even process what he's looking at. The investigation squad is on it. They know exactly where the cheaters are hiding. Time for payback. The crew asks if he really wants to confront her right now. No hesitation. They are pulling up. They check if he's holding up. Time to move out. Is he truly ready? He is ready. Steeling his nerves for what's about to go down. The team has his back completely. And once again, the targets are back at the studio. Our guy is barely holding it together. He doesn't know what's going to happen. But he promises to keep his cool during this. They're about to expose everything. Pulling up to the ambush spot right now. He puts on his mask. Stick with me for this confrontation. All right. You and I are watching a total meltdown happen. The tension explodes right here. Pure chaos. He feels completely betrayed by them. Everyone needs to hold on a second. Wait, what is going on? Insane. Wild. The absolute disbelief in his voice is real. He yells at them to stop the lies. Now he demands his cash back. Pay up. because the truth is finally out. He has the raw footage and asks if they want to see it. Mondo gets called out directly as they try to set the record straight. They question why he would even bother asking about the cheating. The accusation drops she has been lying to his face this entire time. She had people following him while constantly feeding him massive lies about her loyalty. There is absolutely no way he can just calm down after this. He resorts to savage verbal insults. They try to calm the situation, but the excuses are totally weak. He reminds her that he gave her this entire luxury lifestyle. She just expected him to show up, pay up, and do absolutely everything for her. Calling it love is just a joke. Someone tries to take the argument outside, but he is completely done playing nice. He exposes the blatant lies, calling out the sheer disrespect to his face. The camera crew catches heat as someone demands they stop recording the fight. The physical tension spikes as they aggressively step right up. He is totally ready for combat. The insults keep flying as the ugly truth stays fully exposed. People yell to stop the absolute madness immediately. He brings out the receipts and demands a full refund. He wants his cash back, completely exhausted from this drama. Tired of the endless dirty cheating, Mondo is firmly ordered to back off. Absolutely not happening. Time for the ultimate confrontation conclusion. Then comes the massive reveal. You ready? It is Wesley. This was supposed to be his future wife. Absolutely mind blown. He is totally losing his mind. The massive betrayal is honestly too much. Everyone just needs to pause for a second. What happens next? Right here. Why be mad at him when she took his money? Sleeping around destroys everything, and his support is officially completely gone. All right, you and I are witnessing pure betrayal. Mondo only ever cared about his own career. He didn't care about anything else. He just completely ignored her. What about her own dreams, her goals? Completely forgotten. She refused to just drop her entire life for him, especially with her daughter watching this absolute mess. She makes it crystal clear he doesn't even deserve to speak to her right now. She's finished. The conversation over. Finished. That is exactly why they're here. Tension is boiling. She gave him everything, and anyone could clearly see why she was completely furious today. She's done playing games. This is insane. The screaming match echoes loudly through the whole spot. How could neither of them see just how terribly wrong this entire situation actually was? She's exhausted. That was her man caught red-handed today. Listen, she is entirely fed up. What did he really expect to happen? Did he honestly think she was just going to play along with this? The crew holds them back. He completely lost her. He lost big time. Completely blinded to his own mistakes. No going back now. She is leaving. They threw it all away for literally nothing. Absolutely ruined. The damage is done, and she is walking out. He is totally blind to the reality. Meanwhile, the side girl acts like she actually won, winning by lying. He claimed they were just working on music in his new studio, but there is zero music playing here. The silence is incredibly loud. She invested her own money into this studio, and they clearly weren't working on any tracks today. She funded everything, while he acted completely selfish, taking every bit of credit for himself. Everyone warned her about his shady player behavior before this. Mondo tries acting like there isn't a massive problem happening right now. He calls the camera crew lame, completely dodging any real accountability. He should be thanking her, but instead he just poured salt in the wound. The disrespect here is absolutely wild. She isn't leaving empty-handed either. She is packing up her expensive bags right away. His precious music career was just an excuse to hide another girl. The music was always the other woman, plain and simple. He swore they were going to the top together. What an absolute lie. Just him and his girl going to the top, not looking like this. You just don't do that. Look at her face. She knows the ugly truth. Pure chaos. They really don't understand his toxic mindset. Nobody understands this guy's logic. But hey, you and I caught it all right here on camera. All right, you and I are watching them get caught red-handed. Tensions explode. Why keep it a secret? He demands answers. Why hide the truth? Just confess to the man right now. The rival completely brushes him off. He won't even look his way. A serious threat drops. Do not test him. The other guy steps up, ready to completely humiliate him. The crew tries to pull them apart to talk. It is absolute chaos. Our main guy is getting entirely shut down, unable to even get a single word into this argument. He points at the whole crazy scene unfolding. With the whole crowd watching, the real question finally comes out. Why do all this? If she just communicated privately, this massive public disaster wouldn't even be happening right now. Total mess. His defense, he was grinding day and night for their future, providing for her. But she claims work is his only focus. He throws his hands up. What else was he supposed to do? No quality time. The host steps in and drops the heavy question. Does she feel any guilt at all? For taking her man's hard-earned cash, handing it to her side piece and sleeping with him. Absolutely savage. Zero regret. She claims she never asked. The side guy plays dumb, acting like he has no idea about the stolen money. But obviously he wasn't going to reject free cash. Shameless. The host turns the focus back on the shattered couple. She argues that throwing money around without giving attention means nothing. It is a brutal reality check. The cash never mattered to her, only his time did. But he completely missed the signs. The tension peaks. They look ready to throw hands right there. She makes her choice clear. She wants the guy who actually pays attention to her. The rival shrugs it off. He's just focused on his music and himself. Our guy finally snaps. He sarcastically tells her to leave. The security team steps in, pulling the heartbroken guy away from the chaos. Time to move. His crew reminds him that she is simply not worth an assault charge. He realizes they are right. Better to walk away and protect his bag. Out here stressing during the pandemic. This betrayal is not worth fighting. The whole situation is incredibly toxic. His friend drops facts. Is she risking jail time for him? Absolutely not. Risking his life over this? No way, man. He knows his worth now. He deserves way better than this epic betrayal. But he is furious that host Peter Guns is the one confronting him. Total hypocrisy from the king himself. The irony is completely off the charts. You and I both know the history there. The cheaters refused to even look at the video evidence. Zero shame. Honestly, they probably would have enjoyed watching themselves on tape. Sickening, right? They simply do not care about the damage they caused. Following the brutal face-off, Mondo's entire world completely shatters. Later, Cheaters reveals where he finally lands. But first, we jump to Travis Edwards. All right, you and I are about to hear the side guy's completely wild perspective. All right, listen. Terry was absolutely stunned. He was just chilling with Liz. A perfectly romantic evening alone. They even rented a nice movie. Total peaceful vibes. He was just enjoying her company. Neither of them expected her boyfriend Tobin to come home, but then the front door clicked. Right then, Terry knew something bad was about to happen. He definitely did not expect an entire camera crew to come rushing into the room. Pure chaos. Suddenly, Tobin was sprinting right at him. A full-on attack, Terry was completely caught off guard. Absolutely intense, to say the least. Tobin furiously screamed, demanding to know his identity. What in the world? Seriously. Tobin fiercely demands to know why this guy is inside his house. He begs Liz for just one single minute to talk. Everyone is screaming. What is happening? Who are these people? Terry nervously apologizes. Tobin shoots back. Why are you inside my house? The host reveals everything. We arrived because your boyfriend discovered your massive, unforgivable cheating. The host interrogates her. What exactly is happening? You brought another man into your shared home. Tobin threatens absolute destruction. Why is this side guy even here? Because Tobin actually lives there, obviously. Liz screams she never wanted him. The host drops the ultimate evidence. They were caught together. The crew recorded them doing a lot of shady activities. Tobin hired the investigation crew because she provided literally zero answers. Let us rewind. Terry explains their first meeting. He had originally shown up to ask about a spare room they had put up for lease. He had just moved out of his old place and desperately needed a much cheaper housing option. So he went over there, expecting to meet the guy who actually posted the online rental ad. But instead, the guy was totally gone. Only Liz remained. They started chatting about bills, but honestly, Terry still could not afford their expensive asking price. So he simply decided to move onward and leave. He kept searching. Then a few weeks later, they bumped into each other at a local hangout spot. She had just shown up there with a few of her closest friends. Terry walked right over, reintroduced himself, and they just started hanging out again. They happily agreed to meet again. Now watch this insane twist. Liz emerges holding a literal .38 caliber weapon. Insanely enough, it was the exact same piece they admired during a previous romantic date. Things turned incredibly dark. She started pointing that heavy weapon at absolutely everybody. Hey, watch out. She has a deadly weapon now. Everyone, move right now. Go, go. Just run. Get out of here. Fast. Everyone out. Just get outside, now. Liz completely loses it. She screams that she is done demanding everyone evacuate her house this very second. Tobin scoffs at talking later. He demands to stay, calling this entire dramatic situation completely ridiculous. She simply cannot handle this drama. She screams at everyone to leave her house immediately. Tobin tragically dares her to shoot him and end his misery, screaming about her totally broken relationship promises. Just get out. Every single one of you, get out of her house right now. All right, so after she finally cooled her temper, which honestly took a few days, she actually called him, apologized for that entire crazy fight. Tobin coming home, her hiding the truth, refusing to end things, aiming a weapon at them, real classy move. But incredibly, those two somehow rekindled everything and got back together, so they stayed busy having a wild time at night. He admitted he was genuinely enjoying the thrill. Despite all the heavy guilt, he still loved being around her. With his purpose totally renewed, Mondo Brown is pouring everything into his music. He is relieved knowing the ugly truth, cutting all ties with Armani and Wesley completely. Mondo stepped right back into the recording booth, dropping a fresh EP next year. Armani Reese confirmed their love simply faded over time, but she was entirely too weak to break things off. Armani fired back. What can I say? We make beautiful music together. Wesley Mitchell got seriously agitated when contacted by cheaters, telling producers they were being so extra. He scoffed. That fool is a lame, so she chose me. Because honestly, cheating is a crime. Listen, if you do not get your daily programming from Goldstein's, then we will both lose money.